Peace and healing, family, and welcome back to another episode, actually, an exclusive episode of Heal with Angelica Watters podcast, where we discuss all things healing. And on today's episode, it will be a little bit different. It will just be me on the episode today. I will be discussing my journey with anxiety. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and send so much love so we can continue the spread of healing. And also, if you are a part of the healing tribe, welcome back. I'm super excited to be, you know, taking this time to just talk to you guys about my personal healing journey. I know you guys seen, I've had a lot of guests on my podcast, as you guys can see, but I wanted to, like I said, take this time out for you guys to really get to know me and to know the struggles that I've been through and how I was able to manage to get through some of the things that I've been through. So, with all that saying, let's get started. so, Today's topic is I am still here. My anxiety story. Um, Anxiety is big. Anxiety is something that people talk about, but don't know the true effect of what anxiety does to a person and how sometimes how anxiety can literally take over your life. Um, I was diagnosed with anxiety back in 2016. I had I had experienced a loss. I had lost my child. He was a stillborn at the age of, well, I was still pregnant. However, he was 9 months when that happened and in the womb. Um, and it was a very traumatic experience. I had to get blood transfusion. And I was really in a state of loss. A lot of things were like going downhill after that, with my relationships and just how I was as a person. After that point, I was experiencing little anxiety symptoms. I can say like little things here and there from like little anxiety attacks, feeling anxious, but it never got to me to the point where it was crippling my life. Like it was very, very serious though. Um, it didn't get it didn't get serious. My anxiety didn't get serious until 2020. Allah God blessed me with a rainbow child. Found out I was pregnant in May of 2020. And oh my gosh, I was happy, but at the same time, I was still I was worried. I was kind of scared because I know that I had went through that previous loss and didn't know what to expect with this pregnancy. So, through the pregnancy, I went through a lot. A lot of things came up within that pregnancy. I lost a lot of weight. I wasn't eating. My mind wasn't there. Just like I was so afraid of something happening to me or my child. So I really wasn't there. I wasn't focused. Like my anxiety was taking over me. Like when I was pregnant, I had went to the hospital so many times because I swear something was wrong with me. Like something is wrong. Y'all need to figure out what's going on. I don't understand, and they kept telling me, "Oh, it's nothing. Nothing's wrong." Da da da, and it made me feel crazy. Like anybody who has anxiety, especially those who have health anxiety like I did, um, any little thing that happens within your body, you think something's wrong. And when you don't get the answer, it makes you feel left out, makes you feel bad. Like it just makes you feel like you're crazy. Like, am I really losing my mind? or is it really something going on? So, by God's grace and mercy, I delivered my baby boy December 29th of 2020. I went through a lot after the pregnancy. Whew, I was in labor for 20 hours straight, no medicine, I was trying to push, and I actually didn't even eat that day. So like my body went through a lot of stress. And as I did the research after pregnancy, the woman's body go through a lot of things, a lot of stress in that state, when they are pregnant and then after postpartum. Um, so um, like I said, even when I was pregnant, I was very, very scared. Very, very scared. It was actually a time when I was pregnant and I was feeling some type of way to where I feel like I wasn't going to wake up. I don't know why. Like, I feel like anytime I went to sleep, this feeling came over me and I was scared to sleep. I was so scared to sleep, you guys. Like, scared that I wasn't going to wake up if I went to sleep. But one thing I did, like, it was one night I just kind of like surrendered because I was so sleepy and tired. But I'm like, God, if something, you know, just love me and take care of me if something does happen. But if not, I'm just praying that this fear goes away. Like, I was looking into everything, every little thing I was Googling, everything, especially when it had something to do with the heart. Because when I was pregnant, I had a lot of heart palpitations and I had a heart murmur when I was pregnant. So anything that had to do with the heart, I was very, very anxious about. Like, a real hypochondriac is what you could have called me, you know. But it wasn't until after the pregnancy I caught COVID, pneumonia, and I just gave birth. Like, literally a few days after that, I guess from transitioning from the hospital to home, I had pneumonia. So being a new mom, having pneumonia, just like all this, you already have anxiety. So like I just wasn't in a right state of mind. Um, and then right after that, I found out that I had something going on with my thyroid. So it was a lot. But what I was determined to do was to heal myself. I was set in stone to heal myself. I literally connected with my amazing holistic doctor, Dr. Akili Muhammad. He is amazing. I connected with him. It was my first time connected with him, but I used to binge watch all his his videos on how to eat to live. And I also was looking into Queen Afua books, how to heal yourself. I was so dedicated to heal myself. Dedicated. Like, I wanted to heal myself because it came a point where I just felt like these doctors didn't know nothing. Like, I know something was wrong, but they're not telling me something, or something was just wrong and I knew it, but I couldn't pinpoint it. So, I can say that like within the month of Ramadan, where I took the time out to just really pray. I couldn't fast because I was nursing. But I took the time to read the Quran and pray, make sure I made my prayer and everything. And within that time frame, even after having my child, I apologize. Like I said, I was going through my anxiety and was running back and forth to the hospital and still not getting no answers until I just came to a point where, like, you know what, I want to do this for myself. I want to heal myself. I want to get down to the bottom of this because there's no way. So I did find out that some of my anxiety was coming from trauma in the past, things I've been through. I didn't acknowledge the simple fact of the things that I went through prior to being pregnant, the past pregnancy, and also my health did play a part in that only because I wasn't giving my body the proper amount of nutrients and vitamins that it needed. You know, with your thyroid, it's like a metabolism imbalance that happens within your body. So with me knowing that, I started doing research. I really took the time out to do research. I really took the time out to just find the answer. And within that whole time as doing that, I also made sure I kept praying. I prayed so hard, so hard. So many times I prayed and cried, like, because I was so desperate to heal myself and figure out what's going on. What can I do? How can I do this? Like, so when it was in the month of Ramadan, because my thyroid numbers wasn't right. But I went and got my thyroid numbers checked, and they were normal again. I cried tears of joy. They were normal, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, it's normal. Oh my gosh, like, and from that moment, I knew, because the doctors wanted to put me on medicine, but I'm like, I don't want to take medicine. I want to figure out what's going on with inside of me, what I can do to fix myself, to heal myself, you know. So that gave me so much confidence. That gave me so much just will to know that, you know what, I can heal myself. I can manage and get through this. And I'm only bringing up the health aspect of anxiety because what I realize is that sometimes a lot of us don't even have big issues as far as there's not nothing seriously going on with you. You may just be low in vitamin D or low in zinc, or you haven't had a lot of water. Like, the stuff that I needed to fix to self correct myself was simple stuff that I had needed to just adjust my diet with. It was simple things that I needed to do with my diet. It was simple things that I just needed to do with my lifestyle, my environment. You know, I started being more in the moment. I dedicated myself to meditation and prayer. Prayer is what got me through my anxiety. Um, I could just remember the times where I wanted to give up because I felt like it wasn't no hope for me living a regular life again because of the way anxiety made me feel. Anxiety can cripple you. Anxiety suppresses you. Anxiety, fear makes you feel like there's no hope. It does. But I realized that there was hope. You know, I just had to find me. I had to find myself again. And the only way I was able to find me was I had to get in silence. I had to really, really, really dedicate myself to God and give Him whatever it is, because through Him is where I found my peace. Through Him is where I overcame my anxiety. And I want to tell y'all this, that anxiety doesn't go away. It does not go away. The only thing that you can do is learn how to manage your anxiety. Learn how to accept it. That was the state I was in. Like, it came to a point where I'm like, you know what? Forget it. So I surrender. Like, I surrender. It's okay. I know I have it. It's here. And then once I start surrendering to the anxiety and just like, you know what, I have it, and doing my research and understanding what anxiety is, it's so important to obtain knowledge of a thing so you can have understanding. So when I was able to obtain knowledge of what anxiety is, I came to realize that it's not, I'm glad, I mean, it's not that bad that I have it. I'm glad it's here because it can help me out in situations that may be, you know, important or threatening for my life. So it's just a simple fact of the anxiety um, playing a role in my life too much. It's being activated too much, you know. So I truly believe that once you learn how to manage anxiety, you will be able to better, you know, you'll actually get your life back because you know how to deal with it. Once you know how to deal with a thing, it's like, whatever. Oh, anxiety. Okay, whatever. You're here again. Nice to see you. What's going on? You know, and that's where it came to me. You know, it just came to me like, you know what? I accepted is here, and I have to do some work. And within that work, it took me going back to my past. It took me doing some shadow work. It took me trying to get down to the root cause of the anxiety, because little did I know some of my anxiety was from when I was a child as well. But it didn't really physically manifest itself until now. And that's the thing, you know, a lot of times, most of the things that we go through and how we are now stimulates from the past. And until you handle that, bury it, like let it go and don't carry your past with you and embrace the journey, then you're better able to manage anxiety. Oh yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot to handle. And I'm sharing my story only because like I know how it feels. I know how it is to feel paralyzed and not want to go anywhere, or scared that something's going to happen every time you leave, or think something's wrong, doing a body scan every second of the day, thinking, oh, is this wrong? Running to the hospitals and not getting an answer. Um, it makes you feel crazy. It makes you feel crazy. But that's where you have to learn to gain control. That's where you take the pilot seat and tell the anxiety go sit in the back with the rest of the passengers. Seriously, tell that anxiety to sit in the back with the rest of the passengers. I got this. You know, this is my life. I'm in control. But at the same time, acknowledge the anxiety. Be grateful. I'm grateful that you're here, anxiety. Thank you for showing me what I need to know. You know, be grateful for it. Oh, Lord Jesus. If you guys are loving this exclusive episode, Lord, listen, please, please, please support by donating today. Information to donate will be on the screen below or the link in the description. So let's get back to my story of anxiety, and I am still here. My anxiety story. So I told you guys it started when I realized that it's when I started taking this look back at myself. I realized that it started when I was a child. Daddy issues, you know, feeling abandoned. Um, but before I knew that, it started after that experience that I had, that trauma that I had of losing my child. It didn't take effect seriously until after I was pregnant again with my rainbow baby, my child now. And I didn't see it was a problem until when I got pregnant again with my child now. And I knew, like I said, at that point, it was time for me to do something about that, because I didn't want my child to see me go through that. You know, it was really, it got to a point that it was detrimental that I figure out what the problem was. Um, Anxiety, you know, I hate to tell you guys this, but anxiety, like I said, is not something that you can just get rid of. You know, we have to understand that, you know, struggle is ordained in life. You know, we have to understand that, you know, even through the process of a child coming through a woman's womb, etc. It's a struggle. Even it was a struggle for the sperm to meet the egg. We all came from struggle. Struggle is ordained for human life. It's just about the way that you respond to life. It's the way that you respond to situations that helps you become better equipped to life and better be able to handle life's difficulties, life situation. So once I understood that everything that is happening to me is happening for me, and it's happening for my good. It's happening. So sorry about that, you guys. It's happening so I can become and evolve into that person that God has for me. Not God has for me, God wants me to be. You know, I'm just grateful that Allah continued to bless me to be here and share my story. Because I know a lot of people that go through anxiety and don't know which way to go. What I'm going to tell you is seek God in everything. We have to go back to our Creator. We have to get back connected with our Creator. We have lost this connection. We have disconnected with our Creator. And it has been the reason as to why we are anxious, the reason why we are depressed, the reason why we are heartbroken, because we had completely lost sight of our Creator, the person who created us, the author of our life. Do you think that He wants us to go through anxiety and depression? I don't think He wants us to go through that. I think He takes us through that for us to get a better, for us to get a better relationship with Him. And that's exactly what it did with me. Because with me connecting back to source, I was definitely able to manage life better, manage my anxiety, not feed into it. Each and every day, I do one thing that I fear the most every day. And I pray to God and I ask God to guide me. Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get over anxiety. You have to go through it. You have to get through it. You have to just do it. You can't keep avoiding it. And also what I realized with anxiety is that anxiety is trying to have control of the unknown, trying to have control of things that you cannot see, trying to have control of things you have no power over. You know, you have to give that power away. You have to you just have to let go of things you can't control. You know, we can't control certain things. We can control some things, but if you can't control it, don't try to hold on to it, because it only brings you more and more of a burden and more anxiety. You know, so understand that anxiety is not you. You are not your anxiety. And I had to realize that anxiety, no, that's not me. Yes, I deal with it at time and time. It comes here and there, but it's not my identity. Anxiety is not your identity. That's not who you are. It's just an experience that you've been through, experience that you go through sometimes, and you know how to manage it. You know, so I hope this was a good, valuable video to those in need of healing, to those who are going through anxiety, that need some guidance. And I'm going to end it. I'm going to end this and just say that go back to source, go back to your creator, connect back to the author of your life. That is how you are going to be able to get rid of your anxiety. Now, I also have a one-on-one balance your life coaching program that I am offering for those women who are suffering from anxiety. I will have a link in the description to connect with me for a free 30-minute consultation call so we can connect and see what's going on and get to the bottom of this. Because listen, should no one have to deal with it? Should no one have to live with it at all? And it's all about balance. That's why I call the coaching program balance. Balance your life, because everything has to have a balance. Like potassium ain't gonna work good if it doesn't have sodium with it. Like that's how our bodies work. Our body has to work in harmony. If you're not in harmony with yourself, with your life, everything is going to be discombobulated. So once I realized that I have to make sure that everything's in harmony with my life, maintain a balance with my life, and that's also including God as being a forefronter of my life, I was able to be able to, you know, obtain a balance in my life. He brought me balance. Allah God brought me balance. So, yes, yes, yes. I would like to thank you guys for tuning in with me. I just wanted to just share my story with you guys, just about my anxiety and just my story on I'm still here in my anxiety and my anxiety story, sorry. And just pray that this was helpful, and just know that you're still here, sis. Don't let anxiety define you. That's not who you are. Peace and blessings.